So, back down at the ball, once again with manager Paul Jones. Paul, having had a bit of time to reflect on last week's first friendly against Brackley. Obviously a nice 3-1 win there. Have you taken much more away from that since we talked after the game?
We were kind of joking in the coaches group. We've kind of set the bar too high too early, I think. Everyone's expectation is quite rightly, been tweaked up a level or two ahead of the season because it was a strong performance, especially against a good level of opposition. And, the first game, and you can see, or everyone's hoping that we push on again from there and it gets even better now. Like, obviously we hope that as well. We feel like we're in a good place. The lads are in a really good place from a confidence point of view. This week's training's been good, but it's not good enough, and we need to be a lot better. And we can be a lot better, and that has to be, as I said to them after the game, that performance level has to be the worst we play this season. It can't be the best we play all season. So, it's helped us have a good week, but it means nothing if we don't turn up on Saturday against Ashton.
And that rolls nicely into my next question, because we obviously face Ashton this week, Ashton Town, First Division North side, so they're a league below us. What sort of difference do you see that challenge will pose to obviously last week against Brackley?
Well, we were the underdogs, although it's a pre-season fixture. We're trying to play up and prove a point, and Ashton Town will be doing exactly that on Saturday against us. I think they finished third in the division north, and not far away from going up. So, they're a good side. They ran very close this week in a pre-season friendly. So, they're no mugs, and no team at this level of football is. So they'll be coming wanting to turn us over and prove a point, and then go and have a good weekend on the Isle of Man. So we've got to take that kind of bit where we're seen as probably the favourites just because we're in a division above, and learn to live with that. And sometimes I don't think as a group of players we've done that, or even as management and coaches, as well as we could do. Like, games are expected to win. You only have to look at the last few seasons, and we're losing games to teams in the bottom half of the table, and that's ultimately proved costly. So, we need to nip that in the bud, and Saturday gives us a good chance to do that.
And on Saturday, we're playing on grass up at Balaclone at Ramsey. How do you have to sort of adapt your approach to playing on grass than playing on the bowl?
Yes and no. I mean, if it's a bit of a slick surface and the grass isn't too long, then not really. It's a good surface, Ramsey. They look after it well, and I know they want it to be better than it is, but it's a good surface on the Isle of Man. So hopefully we can still try and play a little bit. Obviously, when we come to league games in the middle of winter, then you do have to change how you play a little bit and just put the ball in good areas and make sure you keep it there. So, kind of depending upon whether it's a very dry next couple of days and nothing on the pitch, or whether we have a little bit of dampness, then we might have to just adapt our approach accordingly. But I'm looking for us to do the similar things we did against Brackley, in and out of possession, and then see how they line up and see how the game goes as to whether we need to tweak it as we go. Yeah,
so Saturday, obviously, on last Saturday, we brought in some new faces to the squad. Will we see any more new faces coming in this weekend?
Yeah, there's a couple of lads who were in the match day squad but didn't get on Saturday. They'll start. He gives it away, but they'll start on Saturday. And a few of the lads who have come in new to the group or who are trying to prove a point to us will start on Saturday. It's a good opportunity for them to show they've got what it takes in the North West Counties League. And then, there'll be a finishing group that will come on. There'll be a few more of the familiar faces. So, it's a great opportunity for us to blood a few players to see whether they've got what it takes. And hopefully they have. And hopefully we have a really strong performance. And if we do, it just hopefully breeds more confidence in the squad that they're all good enough, and then they can push each other for places, and then we're in a really, really good place. So there'll be a few new faces pulling the jersey on Saturday, and some who came on in the second half getting more minutes, and I hope there's a good travelling conspiracy up in Ramsey to see us play, and I hope the locals up in Ramsey come and watch Jamie and Charlie and the other northern lads play, and it's a good afternoon for everyone.
Yeah, I believe there's a few going up on the tram even, making a full day of it.
Good.
I'll end this interview because I asked you in our first catch-up of pre-season, Paul, who was going to win the Euros.
I didn't care, did I?
You didn't care, but you give me two clubs. You give me Italy and Spain. I'll ask you one question. Is football coming home?
Well, I spotted Albo Craig and Jack McVeigh on television on Wednesday, and judging by what they were shouting, it is coming home. But I don't know, it's going to be a tough test, isn't it? Spain have been fantastic and such attacking flair, and hopefully we go at them a little bit and get up the pitch and don't sit too deep. But like it's not been the best of Euros, has it, in terms of quality games? I care a bit more now, I think, because I'm actually in it, and I hadn't been thinking about it to that point. But fair play to the England lads for getting through to where they are. Hopefully our players show a little bit of that resilience through the season, and we can get close to getting promoted or a playoff final. But I'm looking forward to the game. Fingers crossed they do it, and it does come home. But oh my God, it's going to be a difficult game.
Jonesy, cheers for your time. We'll leave it on that note, mate.